Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Monday, December 27th, 2021 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I pay attention where I can lend deeper responsibility. And oh my goodness, so let's recap a little bit and look at this week ahead a little bit and then find ourselves somewhere balanced in the middle, right? So recap, we had so much. Pluto and Venus together, conjunct in Capricorn. Now, let me be fair and say, Venus and Pluto are still hanging out at that same degree, but I don't know about you, but I feel that tension has definitely released a little bit. We also had Saturn and Uranus come into that square at 11 degrees. Now, both planets are hanging out at 11 degrees still, but again, that energy feels a little dissipated as well. But in both of these things, these lessons are ongoing. So the lesson of empowerment, empowering your yin, the lesson of the responsibility of being yourself, the responsibility of honoring your values and moving from there. So those are some of the energies that we worked with just in this last week. But again, they're still ongoing. Now, one other thing that we've been working with very strongly, Jupiter in Aquarius for this last year, right? It made a little transit into Pisces and then left again. So we have Jupiter at 29 degrees, that famous final degree, master level degree, until Tuesday evening. So not very long. Jupiter at 29 degrees reminds us to hold a strong trust in the vibration that you are planting into the future. Trust in your vision. Trust that your vibration in the world makes a difference. That is part of this Jupiter Master Degree 29. Trust in that spirit can go through the innovation. It's funny. So I pulled cards twice because the first time I was really not paying attention. And so I was like, I have to do it again. Because I try to just like focus on the day and I got distracted by many things. But it's interesting because this was at the top of the pack both times and I shuffled in between. This card, the abundance card, the deck talks about it being Zorba the Buddha, meaning Zorba the Greek, somebody who can indulge and enjoy being on this physical planet, get grounded here, but also the Buddha energy, to be connected to spirit. What this keeps popping up in my mind, which literally just left. Oh my gosh, I'm living my own personal Mercury retrograde. There it is. Like, just give it a second. It'll come back in because it keeps coming in. It's a quote from one of my favorite Rumi books. Shams said to Rumi, "You must now work as hard in the invisible as you do in the visible." And when I saw the card both times, that was the message, I guess 3 times now, that came through. You must work as hard in the invisible. Daydreaming, envisioning, working your vision, feeling the vibration of that vision. That is work that needs to be balanced with the work that we do in the physical. And with Jupiter at 29 degrees, we want to be working that process. So keep that in mind. This week ahead has some stuff. This last week of 2021 is like no slacking. No slacking. We got stuff to do. So we have that Jupiter shift, which is major. We are going to have, Mercury's going to be meeting up with Venus and then Pluto. And Mercury is actually going into its shadow period. We have Mercury preparing for a retrograde. So we go into the shadow period. I don't know about you. I have been living in what feels like a perpetual Mercury retrograde lately. Our well here stopped working, so we have no water right now. Don't worry, we're okay though. There is water abundantly, so it's all good. Just none coming out of the faucets. Anyway, so Mercury meeting up with Pluto, and Mercury will retrograde back to meet with Pluto again. So just like Venus has 3 passes over the Pluto, Mercury is. This feels like it's so preparing us for 2022 when the nodes shift and we'll have the South Node in Scorpio. We are really learning, empowering empowerment, and part of empowerment is to stop letting these fears rule us. So this is going to be important by these Venus energies and now Mercury energies coming over, so we can take that personal responsibility. We are building to a new moon this week. We have a new moon on January 2nd, next Sunday. And one more thing, on January 1st, 2022, we have Mercury moving into Aquarius. Like I said, we're going to have a little Mercury retrograde coming in there. So definitely a lot going on this week, but right now I think focusing on that Jupiter 29 degrees is one of the best things that we can do. For today, coming back to the present, we have the moon in Libra. This is also very moon in Libra to me, like finding that balance. Libra energy, I think that's why it's like the center of the zodiac, because it's like, all right, let's find our balance between the yin and the yang, between above and below, between our physical and non-physical selves. So this is your work to see where are you at in regards to your center, in regards to these energies. And I think it's really nice after, I know we're not done completely with holidays, but after several holidays that we've been through, like check in, find that balance point. We have two lovely connections today. That's nice, right? We have a connection with Mars and we have a connection with Saturn. That connection with Mars is a sextile. So, this sounds like a fun adventure. Having a fun adventure with somebody that you enjoy, even if that somebody is you and your higher self. But kind of lovely adventure energy to start the day. Hopefully it'll give us some energy to, activate. Activate, do some nice things. I don't know. I'm feeling so tired right now, so I'm like, yes, energy, please give me energy. The moon is also going to connect to Saturn Aquarius. So again, there's kind of a feeling of connection, community, working together, and maybe this is even connecting to hold space, to hold vision, for those possibilities, for those divine possibilities. Speaking of card, I have this card of possibilities, so hopefully that can help hold that space, hold that energy of envisioning. Now, the mental energy is rather high. I do have these two mental cards. One of them is isolation, so it's interesting that I'm talking about connection. Even if you are feeling alone at this time, Aquarius energy, one of the other things that I like to think about, especially with Jupiter, Aquarius energy to me speaks of where we can connect to our counselors, our support on the other side. I call it like my round table. And as various people in my life pass and I connect to different souls, spirits, I ask them to be part of my round table that guides me. So if you are feeling any of this isolation, connecting into the support on the other side can remind you how not alone you are. So that can be very helpful. But again, check your mental energy, because this mental energy can be very, million monkey march. Lots of monkey energy going on in all this. The final card, and I kind of feel this as well in regards to the Jupiter energy, the letting go card. It is an 8 of Cups, so there may be some emotions, again, pulling up in here with this, but it's like letting these things go so you can fully indulge yourself in your vision, indulge yourself in that vibration, really utilize Jupiter at 29 degrees Aquarius, because this is definitely a powerful, it's not an omen, but a powerful impulse to put into the world for the future that we are building in this very moment. So that's it for today. You can book a reading, 2022 year ahead reading still available, or regular reading. Email me for that. Transit lists also available. Somebody asked, what is the price? It is going to be by donation, so email me if you would like those. And besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and stay curious. Namaste.